Dear Gemini, as September 2025 opens its gates, the universe whispers your name across the stars. This month does not come as an accident, nor as a mere turn of the calendar, but as a sacred threshold, a moment written long before you took your first breath. In the ancient scrolls of time, seers like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga spoke of seasons when light would finally return to those who had been overlooked. And September carries that very current for you. Like the autumn winds that strip away what no longer serves, this cycle clears the dust from your path and prepares you to walk into recognition, wealth, and the justice your spirit has long awaited. For years, Gemini, you have lived as the messenger of ideas, the architect of conversations, the one who sparks light in others with your quick wit and restless curiosity. Yet how often have you watched your seeds blossom in someone else's garden? How many times have you whispered truth into the air, only to see another reap the benefits of your insight while you remained the silent giver? The Buddha once said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." September comes to remind you that your path has never been forgotten. It has been ripening in silence, waiting for this very season to reveal its reward. Look closer at your life, Gemini. Every word you gave freely, every idea you released into the world, every kindness you offered without expectation has not vanished into emptiness. It has been stored, recorded in the great cosmic ledger, like a hidden account that the universe now prepares to open in your name. In September 2025, that account begins to overflow. The stars above, with Mercury, your ruling planet, dancing with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, whisper a singular truth: what you gave in silence shall return to you in abundance. This month is not only about money, though wealth will come. It is about value. It is about seeing your own reflection clearly and realizing that you were never meant to live in the shadows of others. Nostradamus wrote of a time when the silent ones would be lifted, and Baba Vanga spoke of blessings arriving when least expected. That time, dear Gemini, is now. September is the beginning of your lifting, your restoration, your long-awaited harvest. So I ask you, are you ready to receive what the universe has owed you for so long? Ready to step beyond being just the giver and finally embrace the role of the receiver? Ready to see your intelligence, your words, your light turned into tangible blessings? If your heart whispers yes, then write in the comments, "I am ready to receive my harvest." Because this is not chance, this is your destiny unfolding. Gemini's awakening in September. Gemini's September 2025 does not arrive to test you. It arrives to awaken you. For too long, your gifts have lived in fragments, scattered like constellations across the night sky. One day you are the dreamer, another day the builder, and yet another the silent philosopher who sees truths no one else can see. This month, those scattered stars begin to align into a single constellation, a pattern that reveals your true purpose. What once felt divided will now feel whole. The universe gathers every piece of you and shapes it into a path that cannot be ignored. Your ruling planet, Mercury, dances with Jupiter in a rare harmony this September. Mercury sharpens your mind, but Jupiter expands your vision. Together they turn your thoughts into power, your words into influence, and your ideas into opportunities that finally bear fruit. It is as if every conversation you've had, every seed you've planted, and every sacrifice you've made has been secretly preparing you for this month. The Buddhist teaching reminds us, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Gemini, September is your teacher. It arrives to show you that your readiness is no longer a question. The seers of old foresaw this energy. Nostradamus wrote of a time when the twins will carry the torch of wisdom into the courts of power. And Baba Vanga spoke of the ones who gave endlessly, receiving treasures when they least expected. Gemini, you are the twin who has carried wisdom in silence, who has kept the light even when no one noticed. Now the torch passes into your hands fully, and the courts of power, be it career, relationships, or destiny, will finally recognize your flame. This is not a month of small changes. This is a month of turning points. What was hidden shall be revealed. What was lost shall be restored. What was denied shall be given. September pulls you into alignment with the deeper truth that you were never ordinary. You were chosen to speak, to write, to inspire, to heal through words, and to plant seeds of wisdom in the collective. And now, that karmic duty begins to repay you. So, Gemini, ask yourself, will you rise to meet this awakening? Will you honor the call of September and step into the role the cosmos has prepared for you? Or will you hesitate, holding on to the shadows of doubt? The universe waits, but it does not wait forever. Tell me, are you ready to step into your constellation? The wealth of words and karma. Gemini, your gift has always been your words. You speak, and the air listens. You write, and the unseen takes note. What you may not realize is that every syllable you've spoken in kindness, every truth you whispered into another's ear, has been carried into the eternal vault of karma. September 2025 is the month when those words return to you, not as echoes, but as blessings, as wealth, as recognition long overdue. In the ancient Buddhist teachings, it is said, whatever words we utter should be chosen with care, for people will hear them and be influenced by them for good or ill. Gemini, your careful words have shaped destinies, and now destiny shapes itself in your favor. This month, Mercury, the ruler of your voice, stands illuminated by Jupiter, planet of abundance. Imagine your words becoming coins of gold, your thoughts transforming into doors that open before you. It is no longer the time to hide your ideas or silence your wisdom. September calls you to speak, to teach, to write, to share, because hidden within your expression is not just guidance for others, but prosperity for yourself. The wealth of your words is not symbolic alone, it is practical, real, and ready to manifest. Nostradamus once spoke of voices that would outlive the body, guiding nations beyond their lifetime. And Baba Vanga foresaw a wave of transformation coming from the unexpected places, where the overlooked would rise with power in their voice. Gemini, this prophecy belongs to you. You are the overlooked voice, the one who spoke truth when others were silent. And now, the cosmic tide shifts to amplify what was once ignored. What was faint becomes thunder, what was hidden becomes undeniable. The karmic scales balance in September. Every time you gave without expecting, the universe recorded it. Every time you spoke healing words and received none in return, the universe stored it. Now those treasures return to you, not in the same form, but multiplied, transformed, purified by time. Perhaps it will come as opportunities, perhaps as recognition, perhaps as wealth. But however it arrives, it will feel like the long-awaited echo of every word you once spoke into silence. So I ask you, Gemini, will you finally trust the power of your own voice? Will you allow your words to not only guide others, but to guide you into the abundance the universe has held back until now? September is the turning of the key. Are you ready to open the vault that has always belonged to you? The cosmic balance of relationships. Gemini, September is not only about wealth and recognition, it is also about balance, especially in your relationships. For so long, you have been the giver, the one who listens, who understands, who bends so others may not break. You have carried the burdens of friends, partners, and even strangers, pouring your energy into their healing. Yet too often, when you looked around, who was there to carry yours? September comes as a sacred turning point. The universe whispers, the scale must balance. In Buddhist wisdom, there is a teaching that says, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Gemini, this is your reminder that love is not meant to flow in only one direction. Relationships, whether of the heart or of the spirit, must be rivers that give and receive. In September, the cosmic currents shift, demanding reciprocity. Those who only took from you will fall away, while those who see your worth will rise closer. This is not punishment, it is alignment. Astrologically, Venus and Mercury meet in subtle harmony this month. Venus brings love, connection and attraction, while Mercury carries your words and intellect. Together, they open doors for relationships that respect your mind as much as your heart. Conversations become deeper, bonds become more meaningful, and new alliances may appear, ones that finally give back to you as much as you give. This is karmic balance at work, restoring fairness to the places where it was long denied. The prophecies echo this truth. Nostradamus warned of the twins who would learn the value of balance in the House of Unions, and Baba Vanga often spoke of seasons when the betrayed would be healed by the arrival of true companions. Gemini, September may reveal betrayals you ignored, but it will also send you the healing presence of souls who honor your light. Some doors will close, yes, but only so that others may open wider, carrying the fragrance of honesty and love. So ask yourself, Gemini, will you allow balance to enter your heart? Will you release those who cannot give, so you may embrace those who truly can? Will you honor your own worth enough to demand reciprocity from those who stand in your life? The universe asks you not to settle this September, but to claim the love and respect you always deserved. The turning of destiny's wheel. Gemini, in September 2025, the great wheel of destiny begins to turn in your favor. For too long, it may have felt as though you were running while standing still, giving effort, planting seeds, but not seeing the harvest. Yet destiny is not blind, it is simply patient. This month, that patience breaks, and the wheel moves. Every hidden effort, every unnoticed sacrifice, every silent prayer begins to surface as reward. The universe has timed this moment perfectly, for only now are you strong enough to carry what you are about to receive. The Buddhist masters remind us, no snowflake ever falls in the wrong place. Just as every flake knows its path, so too have your struggles known theirs. Nothing was wasted, no hardship, no delay, no heartbreak. Each was part of the wheel's slow turning, grinding away illusions, sharpening your spirit, and preparing you for a destiny greater than you imagined. September is the month when you realize that nothing you endured was meaningless. It was shaping you into the person who could step into this new season of abundance. Astrologically, Saturn, the lord of karma, aligns with Mercury, your ruling planet, in a rare rhythm this month. Saturn rewards discipline, Mercury sharpens intention, and together they write a new chapter of destiny for you. This is why September will feel like divine timing, meetings that change everything, opportunities that suddenly arrive, doors that were long closed opening, as if they had been waiting just for you. What once seemed impossible begins to feel inevitable. The seers spoke of such a time. Nostradamus wrote of a turning of the wheel that lifts the forgotten into places of recognition, and Baba Vanga foretold of sudden reversals, where those who struggled in silence would be raised in ways that astonish even themselves. Gemini, this is your reversal. The wheel turns, and with it, your life begins to tilt toward justice, abundance, and recognition. You are no longer at the mercy of delay, you are the one lifted by destiny's motion. So ask yourself, Gemini, will you step boldly onto the turning wheel, or will you cling to the old ground that no longer supports you? Will you trust that everything that left you empty was only creating space for what is now arriving full? September is the test of your faith, faith not in chance, but in the sacred design of your path. Are you ready to ride the wheel of destiny? A new cycle of wealth. When Gemini lives true to themselves. Gemini, what is unfolding before you is not a fleeting gift, not a passing sum of money that enters and disappears. but the dawning of an entirely new cycle of wealth. September 2025 carries for you the energy of Mercury, your ruling planet, harmonizing with Jupiter and Uranus. This is no ordinary alignment, it is a cosmic signature, declaring that abundance will no longer come through struggle or compromise, but through living authentically as the Gemini you were always meant to be. In the past, you may have thought success demanded sacrifice, that to be recognized, you had to play a role, wear a mask, or fit yourself into molds that dulled your brightness. You may have whispered to yourself, if I want stability, I must silence my curiosity. If I want to earn, I must hold back my ideas. But now, the universe speaks differently. This cycle tells you that your wealth is not hidden in denying yourself, but in embracing your very essence, your wit, your adaptability, your creativity, your restless search for knowledge. Think of the lotus flower, dear Gemini. It does not bloom by pretending to be a tree, nor does it force itself to bear fruit that isn't its nature. It rises beautifully because it honors its design, blossoming in its own time. In the same way, your prosperity will rise when you honor the twin nature of your soul, the thinker and the dreamer, the speaker and the listener, the mind that questions and the heart that believes. This is not luck, it is alignment, it is the fruit of living truthfully, without apology. The seers knew this cycle well. Nostradamus spoke of the time when the messenger's words become bridges of gold, while Baba Vanga foretold a season where the quick of mind would guide nations with ideas more valuable than silver. These prophecies are not distant. They resonate with you, Gemini, for your words, your insights, and your connections are no longer just fleeting sparks. They are currency. They are the very keys unlocking doors that once remained sealed. Spiritually, this cycle asks you to stop doubting your worth, to stop shrinking yourself to fit in places that were never meant for you. Each time you silence your truth to avoid conflict, you close the door on abundance. Each time you choose fear over expression, you delay your blessings. But when you dare to speak clearly, to stand tall in your dual nature, to share your visions without shame, that is when the current of prosperity begins to flow naturally. You do not chase it, it comes to you. So now, dear Gemini, the question rests with you. Will you continue to measure yourself against the world's expectations, or will you embrace the wealth that comes from being unapologetically you? For this new cycle is not about becoming someone else, it is about remembering who you already are. And the moment you do, the doors of abundance, recognition, and fulfillment will not only open, they will stay open. The universe returns what Gemini has given. Gemini, have you ever felt as though your life has been a story of giving ideas, words, laughter, solutions, yet when it came time for rewards, you were left waiting in silence? You gave inspiration freely, you opened doors for others without asking for thanks. You carried wisdom lightly so the world could borrow from you. And still, the blessings seemed to pass into other hands. But September 2025 whispers a different truth. Nothing you have given has ever been lost. The universe has simply been storing it, preparing to return it to you in a form greater than you ever imagined. This is the karmic balance of your sign. Gemini is the messenger, the bridge between worlds, the weaver of connections. Your soul's duty has always been to scatter seeds of thought and light, not to hoard them. And though it seemed unfair, this path was never punishment, it was training. Every idea you shared, every friendship you nurtured, every solution you whispered into someone's struggle, became deposits in an unseen account. And now that account is overflowing. September is the month when the gates open, when the invisible becomes visible, when everything you thought forgotten comes flooding back to you. In Buddhist wisdom, we are taught that nothing given with sincerity is ever lost. A kind word, a spark of inspiration, even a smile becomes energy that circles back when the time is ripe. And Gemini, This is your ripening. Saturn has measured your patience. Jupiter expands your fortune. Uranus brings the sudden breakthrough. What once felt like scattered pieces of effort now gathers into a whole, forming a wave of recognition and reward that will lift you higher than before. You may find that old projects resurface, forgotten contacts bring new opportunities, or long-delayed acknowledgements finally arrive. The great seers saw such times for souls like yours. Nostradamus spoke of the twin star that holds light for others, one day gathering that same light in double measure. Baba Vanga foretold of a season when those who spoke with sincerity would find their words turned into treasures. These are not abstract visions, they are the prophecies unfolding in your own life. You Gemini, who once wondered if the universe had overlooked you, are now chosen to receive what was always yours. And so the wheel turns. The question is no longer whether the universe will repay you. It will. The question is, are you ready to receive? Can you stand without doubt and accept that the abundance flowing your way is not charity, but justice? That the recognition finally reaching you is not luck, but destiny? That the wealth and opportunities unfolding are not borrowed, but earned by years of unseen giving? So pause, dear Gemini, and ask yourself, when the universe finally places the harvest of my giving into my hands, will I accept it with gratitude, or will I shrink back, questioning if I deserve it? For September is not just a month of blessings, it is the moment when you must step into your worth, embrace what is returning, and finally live as the Gemini who was never forgotten. As September 2025 draws its circle, Gemini, it is not the end of a month, but the unfolding of a sacred cycle that has waited for you. The winds of the cosmos whisper through your sign, like the twin currents of air, one carrying away the weight of old doubts, the other bringing in the fragrance of long-awaited blessings. Every word you have spoken, every idea you have planted, every kindness you have scattered, none were wasted. This month becomes the mirror where you finally see that truth reflected back to you. The old Buddhist masters would often remind their students, the fruit ripens not when we demand it, but when the season is ready. And for you, Gemini, the season is here. September is not a random gift, it is a karmic alignment, where the scales tilt in your favor, where forgotten efforts bloom, and where the energy you once sent into the world circles back with greater strength. This is the teaching of impermanence, transformed into abundance. What once seemed gone now returns, what once felt lost is rediscovered, and what once seemed delayed now arrives right on time. The stars themselves echo this truth. Saturn, the keeper of patience, acknowledges your endurance. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, opens pathways you thought closed. And Uranus, the bringer of sudden awakenings, ensures that your blessings arrive not in small drops, but in waves that surprise even you. This is not mere astrology, it is the rhythm of the universe affirming your path, the harmony of numbers and stars aligning to remind you that you were never forgotten. Nostradamus once hinted that the twins shall rise in the time of great shifting, when the world seeks voices of clarity and hope. Baba Vanga foresaw the light return to those who gave without measure. These echoes of prophecy reach directly into your story, Gemini, for you are the twin soul, the messenger, the one who bridges silence and sound. You gave light, and now light is returning. You sowed seeds in uncertainty, and now you will harvest in certainty. But remember, receiving is its own form of wisdom. As the Dharma teaches, clinging leads to suffering, and rejection leads to emptiness. So the middle way is gratitude. Accept what comes, not with greed, not with guilt, but with the calm knowing that this is your moment of balance. September is the hand of the cosmos, placing your rightful share into your palms. All you must do is open your hands and accept. So I leave you with this reflection: when the universe completes its circle and offers me the blessings I once gave away, Will I rise to meet them as my destiny, or will I hesitate at the doorway of my own abundance? For Gemini, the choice is yours, and September 2025 waits to see if you will step fully into the light that has always been waiting for you.